where we balance the values. I hope I need to do a little bit more of that up in the sky. Once I finished the video today, I said, geez, parts of that sky need to get a little bit darker. So I'll probably be doing that for my homework. All right, so what I mean by balancing these values is I put in, to my best judgment, a color on top of a value color, thinking that might be the best. Then I put in the surrounding colors and see if it works. And then I balance those by using and seeing how they interchange with each other side by side. So that's the best scientific description I can give on how to do this in a simple way. But it's a give and take process. And the more you paint, the better you get at this. So the whole process with me doing these videos is to give you an excuse to get out and paint with me on a regular basis. I have a whole bunch on my my website. I think I have about 130 videos there. They're all 3-part series, so take a look, see if you like it. You can spend a lot of time doing that kind of stuff. All right, so with that, get outside and paint. Paint with your friends. Don't be intimidated by a white canvas, and get critiques. All right, enough of me talking. Let's get to painting. All right, bye. Hello, and welcome to part 2 of Passing Storm. Hey, yesterday was block in, and I think we were successful with blocking in this 10 by 15 oil on canvas on gator board. And today is balance day. However, as you know, sometimes when I come in on part 2, get a fresh look at it, I see something, that shape that has to be changed. And I want to raise these mountains in the back here a little bit, raise these trees, and I need more light around the top of the mountain here. There's a lot to do. Okay, so we've got 30 minutes to really rock and roll here to get this thing going. If you didn't see in part 1, I made a sketch and rearranged some stuff here. And what I did was to take away the trees in the center here, so we don't have this one layer of trees all the way across, that we have a path into the background, which I like to do. All right, with that, I take a deep breath. I have my timer started. I've got 28.5 minutes to go, and let me see what I can do. So let's get to changing a few shapes here. So what I want to do is make some changes and get this line a little higher and work on that. So I'm going to do some blue, yellow ochre, and some gold. Gold. It's yellow ochre gold. I just said gold for short. Oh, not too bad. We're close. I'm going to be using, I use Marion brushes, and they don't sponsor me, by the way. I have a 279, and I'm going to make a change right here. Come on, I need more goop. My brush. Come on, get some gold, a little bit of brown. I'm sorry, ochre, gold, and yellow ochre. Now we got some strength here. I got to lighten it up with maybe a little bit of gray. That's looking okay. And I think I need to go higher in here. Definitely going higher here. And if that is then the case, I need to make some darker in the trees. So I'm going to go blue, transparent oxide brown, yellow ochre. I'm going to throw some viridian in there. And I've got some dark now. This brush is really not being cooperative today. Let me see if I can get him back together. Okay. He's kind of flaring out on me, and once you get some more goopy paint on it, it will usually fall back into shape. Let me see if that's the case. See? Worked. Okay. And I am going to get these guys a little bit more. Oh, I'm knocking my brushes over. Okay, it's not pretty, but I think I'm just working with the values right now and shapes. I want to have a good dark on the bottom, cross, and I think we should be happy with that. I think I'm making my two darks a little too equal, so I'm going to go back to this gold and knock out some of my trees here. And maybe make one a little bit more accented. So I have a dominant and a minor. All right, I'm going to pick up my dark here and get ready for the next mixture. Okay. You can see I'm really keeping my glass clean to work my mixtures. So I know I have some light here. Let me see what I can do with a little bit more stuff here. I'm going to move into a brush that's not giving me so much flare. It's a little smaller. Let me clean the one I just got out of using. Right there. Move that over. And now I'm using a number 4279. All right. What I want to do is I want to work up in the clouds and work down. Okay? I want to keep things thin down here. And I'm keeping everything thin. I like the tree value, so I stayed away from that. All right. Let's make a lighter color. So I want to take a little bit of gold, a little bit of transparent oxide red and white. I'm going to get some emerald in there, a little bit of green. And I'm going to put that right up in here. It is the exposed mountain, and I'm going to work on that area. See some of it coming over here, but a big bunch of it right in here. And as you can see, it really does say light. See a little over on the left, and I see some peeking up behind. I'm going to put some darker stuff also in here. Here, that's too dark. I'm diluting it down in here and here. I'm putting some, hiding some behind the clouds here, and I'll put some up in here. Okay. Okay, let's get some light around here, more than I have now. And if you really look at it, it's mostly white with a little bit of gray. And I'm going to work on that next. So it was a little bit of light gray and a lot of titanium white. And I'm going to put that right up in here. And I'm going to put a splotch of it right in here. And it's going to come down into there. Now I need to get some darker gray into this mixture and work above it right in here. I need darker gray, thank you. I'm going to add just a little purple to it, diazazine purple, and put that in here. And it's going to go over into here too. I like this darker gray with a little bit of purple in it. It's really pretty. And I need some down in here too. I think I made this a little too dark in here, and I'm softening that. And now I'm going to go with titanium white in here and here. And it comes around this corner right here. Oop, it's a little hard to get that one in there. Got to get the right color and value in there. All right, let's work with some Viridian and white. And I need a little gray in there. And I need a little bit more titanium when I add that gray. Titanium, a little bit more gray. And it's kind of a, see some, this gray stuff up in here, this greeny gray. I may have lost a good dark right there. Let me get it back just a little. And I'll get a little bit more purple in my gray. This is so much fun working up in the clouds. You kind of go back and forth, and it's just a neat, fun thing to do in here. All right. I'm going to soften some of my edges, like right here. And the way I'm softening that, I just clean my brush in Gamsol, and I dried it out, and then I just soften some of my edges like that. I need a lighter gray, so I'm going to add some light gray into the green, and I'm going to get that taken care of. At the same time, work around that great big mountain of ours here. And what I'm trying to describe here to the viewer is you're going to lose the top of this mountain here. And then there's a little peaking of sky coming through. So I'm going to use some ceruleum and get that little bit of sky which I see right in here and here. I think I need more snow than I have mountain. I've got the wrong balance, so I'm going to bring this in and up in here. One more time. I'm going to bring this in here and up in there. All right, let's move down into this blue area. I'm going to check my time, get back and take a look. Oh boy, 15 minutes left. We're sitting pretty good. Let me get this over to the side, this over, and this over. Let's get all right, let's make a mixture. Okay, so we want to go ultra blue, and we're going to try some cobalt over here, and we're going to put some gray into here, into the ultra blue, and we're going to put some light gray into the cobalt. I'm going to put a little bit more of darker gray in it too. Darker gray into the cobalt. So it says blue, cobalt, and we're going to work with these two colors. Now what I see is a really dark edge up on top. So I'm using the blue and gray on top. And let me work this down just a little bit. And then I see this come up into here. Cobalt, I'm sorry, ultra, gray. And here is quite a, as you can see from the reference, it's quite dark on top of this stuff. And then some of these do come down, like right here. And there's a lot of it over in here. And it's pretty light over in here. Now, what you can also see is some just sheer granite sides. So I'm going to go to my gray and my white. I'm mixing it up on top of the cobalt blue. Now I'm going to be working on top of the ultra, and you can see what effect that has here. There's a little bit of it over into here. And some over in here. All right, let me get back and see how this is doing. Ooh, I need some back in here. Here. Now I'll go to the lighter stuff and get that done. I'm going to get a little bit of this lighter stuff and put it right in here. Just a little bit of warm. Just because I can. Okay. I think I have a little bit of this lighter color here, and I need to come right up to this edge with it. And I'll get some more lighter yellow right in there, just a hint. Okay. Time to get a new paper towel. One thing now we need to do is get these lights in as we go down. Okay, let me get my darker blue out of the way. My lighter guy is here. Might be able to use him. Let me see what I can do with some light Viridian and some emerald. And I need some gray in there, so I just whack my gray stuff in there that I had left over. And let's see what that does. And we need a good light right in here somewhere. There's a good light right in here. Okay, now we need to get these lights down on the lower side and here. We need it here, and we need to dip down a little farther in here because I didn't put enough drop in there. There's a lot of light right in here. Thank you. And here. And here. I'm going to use some of this on the granite wall. And thin this out just a little bit. All right, there is that. I'm going to de-emphasize a few of these just a little bit with the side of my brush. And let's get into the mountains here. This middle ground mountain. So let's get to a new mixture. I know I've got some stuff left over from the foreground darks, but I think I can use it and lighten it up. I want to get some emerald in there, get some green. And I need to lighten that up. So I'm going to go to Cad Yellow. Cad Yellow, medium. And I think I'm in the neighborhood of the right color. All right. I'm getting paint all over my glove. Look at that. Jeez. I'm still using the number 3 rosemary. I'm sorry, a 4 rosemary 279. It's nice because it's kind of like a sponge. Picks up a lot of paint, and it can put it down too. I think it needs to be a little darker. I'm going to go more emerald and a little bit more ultra blue. There we go. That's a nice, see up here, there's a nice darker area, and then it's more ultra blue. And put it right on this ridge, and I'm going to even get it darker with some ultra blue. I'm going to add just a little bit of transparent oxide red. Transparent oxide red, come on, show up. And I'm going to make it even darker up in here because it's there. I don't know why, but it's there. One has light, one doesn't have light, I guess. I'm cleaning the brush, and I'm going to do some more work in this area. And when you have these big areas that you have here, you're going to have to get some darks running through it. And that's what the purpose of this stroke. See this slightly darker value Just adding some ultra blue to the mixture. That was too much. Soften that. And I'm putting that in now. And I'll put more of that right down in here. There's some sort of a hillside here, and I'm going to work on that now. So to work on that, I'm going to add some Naples to the mixture. Naples. I'm going to get some gray. And you can see how that just gives a hint of the top of a hill. And I'm going to put some right in here because I think I see it over there, just a little bit of a hint of it peeking out. Right in here. All right, let me see if I'm doing justice to that and get back. All right, with these pine trees, I am going to make a new mixture. I'm going to pick all this up, smack it all together. I'm going to add more ultra, more cad yellow medium, and more ultra blue, and work on the foreground. Clean my palette knife. Four minutes, man, we are humping. And I'm working on these trees now. And just getting some good base colors in here so that everything looks related. All right, I think what I need to do off camera is work on these trees a little bit more, getting some good darks through them. These here, the foreground trees. And I will continue to go back and forth with my lighter blues and darker blues up in here, because that's what's going on back there. There's really some good light in here, and I don't have it yet. And I think what I'm going to do is do some Naples. At least I'll experiment with it. I can't do it justice right now, but with a little bit of warms in this area here. Yep, that helps. Okay. All right. Gosh, I think this hill came out pretty well. But now I need to define the difference between the trees and the hill. And I'm going to do that with some darker trees right here. These dark guys up front are not showing the dark yet, and I have to get that in. So I'm going to get more ultra blue and some brown, ultra blue, a little bit of yellow ochre to get these nice darks up front. Like right, boom, now we're talking business. That shows it. These are the foreground guys. Okay, I'm running out of time, so do a little homework afterward. Get those dark trees in, okay? And thanks so much for coming by for part 2. All right. I'll see you in part 3, and we'll finish this painting, I hope. Okay, bye-bye.